Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another scene of Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. Today we have a scene where the then mother has taken, well, the second youngest cub, um, for a small little private lesson, which well, in the beginning involved a lot of talking about the tribes. Um, Pounds, to be honest, which is definitely not um, fault of Chloe for being like boring or anything, but Pounds pretty much tuned out. I'm happy to be forcefully reminded that she needed to pay attention for this.
I'm
This
imagining a lot of poking.
Oh
Poke,
yeah, totally.
poke,
Like
poke.
the occasional slam with the flat hand on the table to pop out of her, like, well, sometimes almost half sleeping state. She's kind of like has her mouth hanging open and is just kind of like nodding. I'm like, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Um,
Chloe's not like somebody who's going to beat her up over this. Like, she
no, no, no,
totally
no.
understands, like, why she's being like this because it's boring even if you're Hamid, and when you're Lupus, it's that much more boring.
Hmm.
But it's necessary for her to know what a red talon is.
Yeah. Pound still kind of disagrees with that, but it's there where we're gonna start the scene with this part of the lesson almost being done. This part of the day.
Yes. And Chloe will just kind of look at her and be like, with sort of a half of a grin on her face because it's actually been slightly funny. I can imagine Chloe being rather amused at this whole thing, and just being like, with a slightly louder tone of voice than you might expect, because well, she's probably is still kind of half falling asleep.
Hmm.
Um, so do you have any questions?
Uh, is it done?
That is a valid question, and unless you have any questions, yes, it's done.
No questions.
Okay, well, if you have any later, feel free to
No.
come to us or to someone who's of that tribe. Okay,
Yes.
you have to pick one. You know,
What? Pick one. What?
one tribe. You have to join one of them. That's why you had to learn about them.
She kind of stares at Chloe at that. Like, why do I have to pick one tribe?
Because that is how the nation works. I joined the Black Furies because it was in my heritage. It just felt right
What
to me.
heritage?
Hmm? Oh,
What
heritage?
heritage?
My family's all been Black Furies,
Ah,
and you can smell it on me. Remember? Same way I can smell Silent Strider on you.
yes.
Yes. So when you kind of grow up in a certain field like I did, like since I grew up in the nation, that's why I chose that, and it felt right to me. Like I stood with the way they believe and the way they feel. And I'm not here to judge whatever your choice is, but you do have to choose one. And choosing your tribe is actually a major part of what will make you a Cleoth and not a cub anymore.
There's sort of this kind of blank stare.
Okay, you have that look on your face like I have a question, but I don't want to talk about this crap anymore. So if you ask me the question, we'll get it done and over with, and then we'll move on to something more a little more fun for you. I hope
Why is the tribe so important?
it's part of your identity. It
I.
is
What is identity?
what you are.
I
You
know
right
what.
Yes, right now you are a cub. You are a lupus cub ragabash.
I am Pounce.
You are Pounce.
Yes.
But to everybody else, you are Pounce, who is a lupus cub ragabash. It defines you to everybody else. It tells them what to expect of you, and it's choosing your tribe is a sign of taking on adult responsibilities.
It's better when they don't expect me. That's why I am silent.
You are not silent. You
I
just
am silent.
you speak less than Hamid, that's for sure. But you're not
And
silent.
I walk softer than Hamid.
That's true. That is in fact very true. Um, but um, either way, it's expected of you. And you have you not noticed that all of the people who are not cubs are part of a tribe,
Yes, but all not cubs are also Hamid.
except for
Except for Kairani.
and
She acts very Hamid.
fair. I'm not going to question that. I was referring to your den father.
I mean, Pounds kind of looks like case closed, but then she's like, oh, wait. But you can clearly see this like change on her face. Like yes, I made my point. This works. And then oh,
Remember, he's a shadow lord.
then Parent has to teach Hamid cubs. And she looks very pleased with herself again because she found an explanation.
And let's see, I could give you more examples just because you haven't met them. Doesn't mean they don't exist. Calls the Fury is a black fury, and she's a lupus. She's a galliard. Smiles in the night, lupus. Oh, see, he's Red Talon, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, Red Talon. There's an entire tribe made up of basically lupus.
So I can be Red Talon.
You can. You can definitely do that. Or you could be simply a part of another tribe, which is actually your where your heritage lies, where your what your family is a part of.
You said I smell like Silent Strider,
You do. You smell
but
very
I do
strongly
not
of it.
see any other people who smell like me. Not
That
Hamid.
does so.
So I do not know because I cannot compare.
Well, we'll find someone for you,
Yes.
so you can talk to them and you can decide if that's what you want to do. It is
Yes.
your choice.
And if I choose to not be of any tribe, then I stay cub.
And do you want to be a cub forever?
I do not know.
Do you like always being the bottom of basically not being dominant of anyone?
No.
Because that's where you would be. Would you like watching all the other cubs like go past you
No.
because you're better than them, right?
Yes.
Okay, then you can think on this one for a while. But you wanted to learn how to fight more like a Hamid, didn't you?
I want to learn how to use stick. Because I will defeat Jacob.
That is a very good goal.
Yes.
Um, and I can teach you. I can act. You know what's funny is he actually taught me how to do that himself. He taught me how to fight with human weapons like that. That's kind
She
of a
actually
test.
kind of sits up more straight and definitely looks more enthusiastic.
Yeah, he taught me, and I think it's kind of funny that I get to teach you now. Then, huh?
Defeat him.
Hmm?
Yes, I will defeat him.
It'll take you a while. You have to be patient.
Hmm. I will practice until I am good. Good like him, and then I will kill him. Defeat him.
So I have a question for you then.
Yes.
There are different kinds of, well, as you say, sticks. We would call them swords or weapons. There are the smaller ones, which are knives. There are the bigger ones, like, well, his is actually a short sword. Um, my there's also like a regular sort of sword. There's the one that silent striders use, which is called a kopesh. I can show you some of the ones that there are, like the practice ones, and you can look and see what you want to try.
Yes.
We can do that because there's a variety over there as she kind of gestures towards the training area. Since we were sitting at a table, it's unlikely we were actually at the training area. And
Yeah,
she'll be like, "Look,
she will stand up.
yeah,
Yeah,
Chloe
she will
will."
go for that area. Like she's not gonna wait for Chloe. She's like, oh, that way. Okay, that way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm,
We're getting off the boring stuff and we're heading over towards the more interesting stuff. And
exactly.
I'm gonna say that Chloe with Melee 4 probably knows what each of the swords that each of the practice swords over there is. But she'll actually pull down. She'll well once she gets there, which is probably after you, because she was gonna walk while you sort of bolted.
Hmm.
Um, but once she gets there, and she'll kind of arrange them. She'll pull out several and sort of lay them on the ground so you can look over them, and she'll be like, "This one is like the one Jacob uses." And keep in mind, these are practice weapons. The real weapons are much sharper and hurt a lot more.
Yes.
And this one, as she pulls out this gigantic axe, she'll be like, "This is the one that I prefer to use, but I'm not going to use that while teaching you today." You look at
It's
them, you
very
tell me
big.
it is very big. It also hurts a lot.
Yes.
The main thing about Jacob's clave that you should be aware of is that it's made of silver.
Yes, he said so.
Right. So you can certainly practice with the practice weapon, but you won't be allowed to use it until you've earned it.
Hmm.
So you could try some of these others out and see what you think. And I'm sure there's a Kopesh in there someplace, OOC, plus like your standard, like a broadsword or a, possibly even like a practice grad clave. I can imagine that might be in there because it's just for practice. You know there are like a
That's
million kinds of
hilarious.
swords, so you could pick it.
Yeah.
You could use your imagination here.
Mm, I think she will end up with a more sleek, slightly curved, like a rapier kind of ish. I need to actually look up what a khopesh looks like because
I think it is a
that could,
curved weapon, actually. I'll look
yeah.
too. I'm looking too just to make sure I'm right on this one.
I kind of
Yeah.
done this like beforehand.
Oh, it's not a big deal. It's no, I have already, and yeah, it totally is a curved weapon.
Hmm. Whoa, wait! My Google foo is losing me.
I have it. I can get you a link pretty quickly.
I have it soon too. Hmm.
Yeah,
Eh.
these are kind of badass looking. I gotta say.
They are.
I appreciate the art of the Kopesh at this point. But whatever
I'm
it is, it's
like, am I
whatever.
gonna go for the obvious?
I mean, you already said curved, so it's certainly a possibility. Let me see. I'm gonna actually do a little research now. We'll just quickly and look and see if there's gonna look up curved swords and see if there's anything else.
Most likely.
I'm sure there is, but current blah 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 blah. I have a list of swords. I don't.
Mm.
Types of. Yeah, I don't know. It's okay though. I'm sure there's something else that is.
A scimitar.
Yes, that would make sense.
I think. I think that would be something that she would pick up.
Okay. She's not going to tell you which sword you should be able to use. That's fine.
No. No, I think she's gonna go with a scimitar first. Like it looks sleek. It's a sleek one. Slightly curved, not the ones that are like very uh like have an extreme curve, but more a subtle curve. A sleek weapon that looks like it can be fast. She says, "I want to try this one."
Okay. That's certainly fine. What we need to figure out here is actually we need sword damage. I only have my. That's the one thing I forgot to grab. So let's get up the combat charge. Seems like a good plan, right?
Mm.
Because I'm
If you
thinking
have
it
a
would.
link, I can look along with you, but I don't actually have the.
Oh, I have the combat thing. I was just trying to see if I could find the weapon. Like this just takes a minute for it all to come up.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is.
I think the sword
Soaking
is plus
damage.
two.
Ranged combat. Axes. Oh, look at that. There's an axe section. Um, General hand-to-hand maneuvers. Melee maneuvers. Well, I found the melee maneuvers, not the damage.
I mean, a dagger is plus one. I'm just gonna assume a sword is plus two.
We can play it that way if you want,
Yeah.
because she'll pick up the same kind of weapon you did, basically, because she's not trying to be all fancy here. She's if we're gonna play this, let's just kind of do it. So we'll just go with strength plus two.
Mm-hmm.
Chloe's because I know that she wouldn't use her axe because that's strength plus seven.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's also difficulty 7 to use.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah. So when she sees that you've picked up that one, she will look and grab another one that looks pretty much the same because she figures that we might as well be fair and use the same weapon, right? So and she'll be like, okay, so first of all, and she's gonna kind of wrap her hand around the handle there, and she'll be like, first of all, keep in mind that if you're using this, obviously this part isn't sharp here, but it would be sharp. So you would never touch this sharp part. And she's kind of like using a finger to show you where that would be on there.
Mm-hmm. She will look with more interest. Yes, is sticky end.
Right. And the other thing here too is, and she'll kind of show you how to take a sort of a stand, the kind of stance you would take when you're holding a bigger melee weapon like this.
Mm-hmm.
Spread feet apart a little bit, balance like on the balls of your feet, kind of stuff.
Yeah. Of course, Pounds will make like the rookie mistake to grab the sword with like two hands instead of with one.
Yeah, and she'll correct all that kind of junk too. I mean, she's going to correct all those little things that you might catch on the first time someone's using a weapon like this. Um, I mean, she's used to using a much bulkier weapon. That doesn't mean she doesn't still have melee 4. She's capable of using these weapons. It just isn't as familiar to her. Because God, that fucking weapon's huge. But yeah, and so once she has you what appears to be sort of settled into this, she's gonna be like, okay, so walk over here. She's gonna walk over to where there's a couple of training dummies.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna kind of show you, how to make some of the basic moves. Sort of the slash and how to and the stabbing kind of motion, so that you can get a little bit of practice doing that kind of stuff. You can see how it's done, and then you can try to do it yourself.
Hmm.
Because we're gonna run you through basic things before we actually attempt a bit of a spar.
Yes, please. So, I'm gonna roll my dex athletic, or yeah, dex melee.
Yes, which is basically Dex, I'm assuming.
Yes, most definitely. And that means that I'm at a +1 difficulty, but just to like copy it right.
Well, is it because? Yeah, it is. It's
Because
a
I
plus
don't have
one hit.
melee.
No, I was remember if that I didn't remember which category melee it was in, but you're right. Yeah, we can just
So she looks clumsy while doing it, but after a few attempts, is basically correct.
okay. Yeah, I mean, as long as she looks like she's not gonna like hope, she's hoping that she doesn't like lop her own head off. But I mean, it's bashing, so you can't do it that well.
Yeah, that would
I
be
mean,
extremely awkward. No, I killed my own character. How? Training. God damn it.
with the bashing weapon,
Yeah.
that would be pretty funny though. I think we should try to do that sometime, or not.
No.
I feel Cinna would have figured out a way to do that.
Probably. And she would have also found a way to like survive it.
Probably. Cinna probably would have taught Chloe how to do this. Um, but yeah, once it looks like you have at least a little bit of a form to it, you're kind of getting the idea of how to basically do things.
Hmm.
She will at that point be like, okay, so let's try this. I'm going to show you how to do some basic things. If you now you've got your basic, slash and stab kind of stuff. I'm going to show you how to use your weapon to disarm. So, because if you're fighting somebody like this, if you can disarm them, then they have to resort to some other way of attacking, which they may not be as good at. Disarm meaning
Yes.
you're trying to get them to drop their weapon.
Yes.
And we're going to pray that I can pull this off. I'm going to actually roll it because she's going to pretty much do it on you, assuming you're,
Mm-hmm.
to show you how this would work. See. It says it's at +1 diff, I think, so makes it diff 7.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's 2 successes.
That is 2 successes dodged. As Pounce kind of instinctively ducks out of the way.
That's fine. I mean, I was trying to see. Gosh darn it! I keep forgetting where I'm going. If successful, then you can roll damage. The damage successes rolls exceed the opponent's base strength. Yeah, it's fine. Either way. So either way, she'll just be like, you get the idea, though, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you
3 successes, by the way.
me? No, it's diff 7.
Yeah. So you have a 7 and 9 and 9 and 10 and
Oh
only
yeah,
one
there
1.
is. No, I missed one of the 9s. So you're right. Then I guess I just barely managed to knock it out of your hands. She's not going for damage though. She's just trying to so I'm gonna skip the damage part if that's okay with you, because she wouldn't be trying to hurt you. She's just trying to show you how to do the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so the wooden sword kind of, you probably get a little bit bruised on your hand because that's the only way that something like that would work. And
She will growl as the weapon still kind of hits her. A low, grumbly noise.
You see how I did that though, as Chloe simply ignores all of that.
Yes.
Okay. Pick up your sword, try it on me. We're both going to be bad at this. So everybody's bad at it sometimes, even when you're good. As she realizes it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it doesn't matter. Everyone loses
No, I
sometimes.
mean, Pounce mostly looks confused at that and will then, bend forward, take up the sword, study, like think back on what she saw, and then, gonna attempt it, and she has 1 success.
So what do I roll on this? Is it a dodge? Is that what you
I mean,
rolled?
I rolled a Dex Athletics. Yeah, I rolled a dodge basically.
Okay, because
But for her,
that's
it was something because, yeah, any animal, even when you say to them, I will hit you now, will duck away when being hit.
no, that's fine.
Oh.
So yeah, I got one success there.
Hmm.
In the rare moment that Chloe tried to dodge anything, but mostly just to show you how to do it. To kind of, she wants you to. She kind of looks and kind of leans to one side because it definitely probably hit her. It's just that it just didn't quite work. She held
Hmm.
on to it just a little too tightly, and she'll just kind of look at her and be like, "Okay, so you have the right technique to it. Just needs more practice, I think."
And she tries to do it again pretty quickly, but fails, and like the sword kind of drops from her hand instead of the other way around. She kind of knocks the sword out of her own hand.
Chloe's just gonna watch her reaction to that. She's gonna
She
kind of just sitting there watching.
she's gonna stare at this sword because clearly it's the fault of the sword.
Absolutely. And she'll be like, "Do you want to continue this? Because if you do, pick up your sword and we will both just, we're going to see how this works."
Yes.
Then every time the sword falls, try to pick it back up.
Yeah, she will. She will pick it up. Again, looks kind of accusingly at the sword, but then her eyes kind of slide back to Chloe, and she will lift up the sword, sort of. And we'll wait.
That's doing-ish.
Mhm.
A 5+.
While y'all doing that, Desmond will just step out from the Umbra in the training grounds. He will be in Krynos basically, and he'll just step out and just basically just step out and just watch.
You get to go first. Yeah, that's fine. Totally. You come out to seeing the two of them fighting with some sort of like a scimitar kind of weapon. Both of them are
Yes. Wooden sticks.
wooden sticks. It's bashing only. But Chloe has been correcting her to say swords or weapons, depending on what we're referring to here. But yes, they're both using this particular weapon. So
Yeah, she just tries to get in with like a slash. Ah, it fails. And I will spend a rage because this is like annoying to her.
fair enough. um, Chloe will also spend a rage, and she's going to go in for a slash as well. I was about to type it into that thing, and that would have not worked very well.
No.
1, 2, 3.
Wow.
So, are you gonna use your thing to dodge, or are you gonna take it?
Mm, no, she's gonna take it.
Okay,
Pretty sure she can.
so 3 plus 2 plus 2 is. This is not going to be the best attack. Yeah, soak one. Look at all those fours. You soaked
Yeah.
one.
So yeah, she kind of wants to go for a disarm, but she also realized how difficult it is for her to do that. So she's gonna go in for like another slash as she like tries to do it immediately after Chloe tried to hit her, and when she misses and kind of like has to step back, that's the moment when she tries to hit like her legs or something. Huh. Wow, actually hit.
Desmond is just snickering when 1 pounds missed the first time.
Of course.
Oh, that's so nice.
Right.
That's so nice.
Be bashing.
Okay, let me soak that. Hopefully, well, we'll
Wow.
see. Because we both know Chloe's not going to be dodging. And I soak 3.
Wow.
Barely. Kind of impressive. Yeah, and just trying to look at that real quick because I don't think that's the only. Are those the only melee maneuvers? Are the like strike, disarm?
I don't know.
That's what I'm just trying to see here.
I mean, you have parry.
Yeah, I mean there is that, but I just wasn't sure. Curtain of blood. Oh,
Sounds
that's
nice.
what the heck is that? It's so like what?
Yeah, that's basically when you draw a line across the forehead so that the blood kind of drips in someone's eyes and they can't see. So they have to go blind fighting. If I'm correct.
Probably. It seems to make as much sense as anything. Shiv. There's one called Shiv. Okay, great blow, but then you can't take any defensive actions that turn. That actually doesn't bother me because she never really dodges.
Oh, boy.
You just kind of throw everything into your offensive. So what does it say? Difficulty weapon +1. Okay, so then it would be diff 7 for
7.
this,
Yeah.
and then I'd get +2 on the damage.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try it. Why the hell not?
Oh, Jesus.
7, 1, 2, 2.
Okay.
You can't really dodge, right?
No.
Okay, so that's 3 + 2, 5. So I'm really literally only getting 8 out of this.
Still.
And 2 1s, so nothing.
Yay.
It looked like it would have been a fantastic hit, and then it wasn't.
You know what? She's going to try to mimic that move.
Okay.
Which means for her it's diff 8, which is probably just gonna fail like fuck.
No, you got it.
What? So,
Strength
was-
+4.
strength.
So strength
Four.
+2 +2. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, again 3 bashing, and also the one bashing on her
Oh,
was soaked.
sorry, ignore that one. I did the wrong thing. Yeah, that was not, I don't have 8 soak in Hamid, I promise. But I did soak it.
Yeah, you soak it.
That would have been a pretty good roll though, damn it.
Oh, and she's spending another rage because fuck it, why not?
Chloe's only going to spend 1 rage as well. This is meant to be a teaching round as compared to a let's kill each other round. So yeah, she's only going to spend 1 as well, even though we both know she could go more, but she's not. And yeah, we're going to try that great blow again because I want to see it work just once.
The next time just choose not to soak.
That's a botch though. It was diff
No,
7,
fail.
and I got 2 1s.
Yeah, you have 1 7.
Oh, never mind, you're right. Okay, so it failed. Yeah.
Like, I don't mind if you go prone, makes it easier to hit you. But all honesty, don't.
No, I just made a mistake. That's all. No biggie.
I know, sweetie.
Do your thing. Whatever you're gonna do. Beat up dead mommy. It's fine. Not the first time.
I mean, what much can she do?
My dice are not being very nice though. I can tell you that much. I mean, I'm rolling 8 dice, and look at that.
So she's going to what's she gonna do? She's gonna hack and slash. Really, she does. Like the great blow is a nice thing, but it is ultimately something that you use when you have melee 4, so it should be way higher diff than like. So she's just gonna give it another slash. 2 successes this time.
Desper from the sideline in mother's tongue. It actually looks like you know what you're doing, Pounds.
Pounds kind of shakes her manes, which is like really the only way I can refer to her. She doesn't do any damage though. Like it really looks like she knows what she's doing, but there's no strength behind it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I soaked that one. So I guess I will do. Yeah, we'll just going for ish slash as well, because why the hell not at this point? And I got 2 whopping successes. Are you dodging? Yeah.
No?
Okay, because you were typing. I wanted to make sure before.
Yeah,
I
no,
did
I'm just
anything.
putting in my stamina roll.
Close. Okay.
Alright, take 1 bashing again.
I have to tell you what. This is not a very impressive fight from Chloe's side at all.
Oh,
Damn
no,
you
this,
guys.
this is a pretty impressive fight from
Yeah. Well,
from Pounds.
Des would just think like, yeah, we just drank this morning, so everybody's on fume.
I'm just gonna blame it on the fact that Chloe's used to the much bigger, bulkier weapon and is like misjudging.
I just realized that I had more dice to roll in the previous damage roll, but eh. So again, 3 bashing.
Okay. I take 1.
Yay! Oh, and I sucked the one that you gave me the previous round.
You mean it comes back because the round shifted over?
Yeah.
Or the turn shifted? Yeah, if that's what you mean.
That's
Yeah,
what I meant. Yeah, sorry.
it's okay. Were you going to spend any rage or do you not have any?
I only have 1 left.
Okay, it's up to you if you're going to spend it or
No.
not. Okay. I'm going to spend another rage.
Well, then it's 2 turns for you. Basically 2 in a row.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's see. Slash. 1, 2, 3. I got 3.
Oh. Becky, let me smash.
And let me get, so that would be 7 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I soak 3!
You took 2.
Yes, I took 2.
And here we go one more time.
That did kind of make Pounds winch a little.
Des would just come out. I guess I'll be watch your left.
Okay, so then here's the damage on that one. 1, 2, 2.
And
soak
that
it.
one I soak.
Yep. Next turn.
So like after those like 2 very swift blows from Chloe, yeah, Bounce is gonna you know what? She's gonna try and disarm. And she botches.
Let's let Diamond decide how that comes down, since he's like a neutral party here.
Fine with me. Diamond surprised me.
Oh boy, how it goes down since you bought.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your neutral party, you decide.
Well, if she botched, then I guess she will like basically tell me how she's like disarming. Is she trying like to do like a wild swing and like knock her hand off?
I mean, probably in case of Pounds, it would be a pretty uncontrolled roll. Like she's going in trying to aim for the wrist, but letting the sword definitely fall down as hard as she can.
Okay, I will say basically that due to her trying to like swing and trying to like disarm her, that her own sword fall out her hand.
Yep.
Okay. Then
She definitely gives the sword a stare.
This is not the sword for you.
Obviously. A very accusing stare goes to the sword. This is all your fault.
And while you're staring at the sword, I'm going to attempt to hit you again. I'm spending 1 rage.
Wow.
What? Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Sorry. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. You take 1. Oh, and I got back my one the one bashing since the turn shifted over.
You're in Homids.
Oh, that's fair. Good point.
No, ma'am. You already soak at like this fucking whatever that was you bullshit.
I agreed with you. Remember, you said it. I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Don't take all my advantages from me. Meh.
Well, you're lucky I didn't insist we do it in Glabro, huh?
Fair enough.
So you took 2, and then I guess I get 1 more turn to attack here.
I took 1, so I'm in 3 total. No, and I soaked 1. Yeah, 2.
So I got 2 successes there.
Mm-hmm. You do.
Soak 5.
I soak 1.
Ow.
I take 4.
That was a really nice hit, actually.
At 6 and stunned.
Yeah, so because you're stunned, that pretty much means you can't really. You couldn't say even if you wanted.
Like standing there.
Like, ow, that hurt. Stupid sword. You're still
Pounce will be good if you picked your sword up. And that's what he'll say. Like,
wow. So mean.
And we move to the next round.
There's like there's bells ringing in her ears and like all these kind of lights exploding in front of her face and she's looking like I'm
gonna stop at that point because like this was meant to be teaching. There's no need for me to end it, if you know what I mean. So she's gonna just stop and she's just gonna kind of watch you. Like she still has the sword there, but she's just kind of watching you. And she'll be like, Pounce? You know, did you snap it, you know, towards your ears? Like, you okay?
Like after a few seconds, Pounce will blink and be like, "What?
You okay there?"
Yes.
Okay. Well, your sword's on the ground.
Yes. But she'll like slowly walk over to the sword, goes to pick it up, and kind of glances at Desmond. Is like,
that's it. It's just if a Krynos could laugh, he is just basically he's not laughing real, like he just snickering, just and like looking off to the side.
She's gonna look at Desmond and just be like, "If you're in Hamid, do you know how to use what to fight like this? Do you want to know how to fight like this?"
Desmond would just look at Chloe, just be like, "Dead parrot, I will surely lose if we was to do that."
No, not with me. I was going to see if you wanted to fight with her. Once she's healed a bit, I think. She's a little bruisey over there.
I can tell. And then he just made me look at Pounce and just...
Pounce will just kind of look at him and her eyes kind of squint as she says, "If I beat you, I am better."
And basically Dance would be like, "You know what? Fair enough. Do you approve of this?"
If that's a challenge you guys wish to make, you can shift into Hamid for this challenge. And she'll hold the sword out to him.
And Dez will slowly shift to Hamid, and he'll just go over there with over there and just be like, and just Chloe just grab the wooden swordaroo.
Yeah, it feels a little bit like Peter Pan, doesn't it?
Wood.
Yeah, and Chloe will step out of the way. She's not sure how skilled he is because he didn't really actually say, but that doesn't really change the fact that if he's agreed to this challenge, then it is what it is.
I mean, there are some heavy downsides on Pounce's challenge because, I mean, first of all,
Oh,
like,
wait till you see my dice pool.
oh gods, but it's I mean, the few seconds are really enough to kind of get the bruises away, but it doesn't restore her rage. So this is gonna be so much fun. She basically has one rage left.
It,
It's fine though. I
I
mean,
mean, it's a new
honestly, it's
combat, so
cool.
she would be on 2, and if she gets wounded again, nah, okay, she can
Yeah,
get there.
and Chloe will move off to one side to yeah, she'll just move off to the side, and the only thing she's going to make sure is that Pounce at least is at full health. Essentially, that she's herself fully before they do that, so it's a more fair fight. But yeah, if that's fine, then she's just going to sit like leaning against a tree with her arms across,
Wait.
crossed, and watch you.
Sorry, the wait was for my initiative roll because I don't believe that that's correct. Oh, maybe it is. Yeah, 5 and 7. Yeah, it is 12. No, I'm correct. Wow.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, as soon as she kind of feels like she can move without much difficulty, she will, yeah, she'll go and then try to swing the sword towards Desmond's middle, or his waist, or
He is
whatever.
going to he is going to take it. Basically, roll away.
Okay. So we decided that these weapons deal like +2, so it's basically strength +2. So she'll not
Okay.
like. She does 2 bashing. Which you can soak.
Alrighty then. Here we go. This amazing dice pool that I got while I'm regular.
Oh no.
Well,
I mean,
2
you soak
successes.
both of them. Yeah, this is not bad. But oh dear.
And when she hits him, he just gonna look at her like, but it's just gonna be a look of like, you tried to go for a killing blow. Like, and basically, he is going to try to take a swing with his oh so mighty dice pool of 10. Ready for this?
Well.
And basically, he misses and just like, and 2 rage.
Oh boy. Well, she did. I didn't declare rage. I forgot. So yeah, you go, boy.
You can. Yeah. And basically, he'll be looking. He'll just like, well, wasn't expecting that to happen, but we'll see what goes from here. And he would try to, yeah, basically, wonderful dice pool. Here we go.
I mean, that's to it too.
Oh, 2 successes. So, and just get ready for this big dice pool of damage coming your way. So 1 plus 2 is 5. So 5 coming your way. This is my best dice. This is my best dice roll ever. Right here. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3.
I mean, that's still 3. Now roll my amazing soak, which I fail, so I take 3.
And he'll just like clunk her on the head, like, clunk. Just like, then he'll laugh a little bit, like.
And you spent 2 rage, so you can go again. Yeah.
And so Maze and Dice Pool again. So I don't know what diff. What diff is these weapons if you untrained? Because I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
If you don't have melee, we because I don't have melee as well, so it's diff 7.
Aha! I failed.
Hmm.
And he's just gonna like whiff like.
And yeah, she's gonna auto heal 1 bashing because yay, she's lupus. And is gonna basically shake her head a little bit like and then is gonna try and whack him. Wow, she whacks. Mm. Ah. 2 bashing. And she spends her rage.
Okay. How much was it?
2, so you take 1.
And he will hit him. He'll just be looking. He's like, oh. He'll just try to be like he'll swing. Be like,
That stream is getting slow.
yeah.
1.
So 1. So basically,
Strength plus 2.
plus 2. Plus 2. So that's 5 because 1 carries over.
No, 1 doesn't carry over because you only had 1 success, so that's 2 hits.
Oh.
You always
So
take
then,
your
okay.
successes minus 1. So it's just strength and
strength. So it's just strength plus 2, so it'll be 4 then,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Well, I don't need to check that.
None.
So
and
yeah,
he'll playfully like tap you on your face, like it's just like, oh wow.
And like when he taps her on her face, he kind of like momentarily just shows her teeth. Just not in a real like menacing way or something, but just like, hey, I got that. And then it's her rage action. Which she misses. And then top of the round, which brings her back to 1 bashing. So they're equal. Yay! She hits for 2, so carries over, so 5. 1 bashing.
You whack on me, he's like, oh, no.
And, fuck it, she'll spend another rage. Because she can.
He will try to go for another whacker. Just 1 whacker.
Nope.
Fails.
She does too. And then normal, and she is no longer bruised, or like, and not in a damaged kind of way, but she misses twice in a row. So she kind of hacks, and both times just kind of misses and just
It's definitely the sword. It's the sword.
Yeah, it's definitely the sword. She's growling for a moment because she's still practicing to have this reach. So the swing just basically ended in front of Desmond's chest twice, which is really annoying. Yeah, Desmond's your turn.
And Dance was just gonna look and then just try to go for a swing. 1 success. That would just be 4.
Hmm. Ooh, nice. But I soak all of them. No, no, no. The damage is still base difficulty, so it's 3, but she soaks 3.
Oh, he'll just like come down on her with a heavy strike, and then she'll just take it. He'll just like, and
She'll
he will
actually
not
stick out
spend
her
a
tongue.
rage.
So she swings back and actually hits. And does 2 bashing. She kind of aims for like his ribs. Well, not necessarily aims, just aims for his torso, really. But he doesn't give a flying fuck.
And he'll just stand right there, just smiling at her, like,
So yeah, it's his turn again.
"Oh, it's my turn."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't spend any rage anymore.
He's going to spend a rage, and he's going to be like, "All right, then I guess it's time for me to get kind of serious." Then he'll just basically, he will go for that strike again. Same song and dance. It's 4 dice.
Hmm. Oh, she takes 2.
He'll just give her like a hard like rock on her, like just a big like jab with the answer with basically the sword, like a jab at her shoulder.
Yeah, there's this soft whine again, like oh, as she actually doesn't take it quite well, but she will swing back and fails because that was like her sword shoulder or something. Not that she understands, but it's definitely the fault of the sword.
I'm going to take another swing again.
Hmm.
That was not a good swing.
That was
And
not a good
basically,
swing.
he's just going to swing and just miss. And he's going to be like, just look like, ah, wasn't expecting that.
That isn't actually a miss. That was a botch.
And his sword is going to fall out his hand basically when he does that big his overconfidence take over. He does like this big swing, and basically, when he comes down, basically, it will just basically spiral out his hand forward, right, the dummies, and he'll just be. And I will let you have a free hit on him because he's just in shock that this just happened to
Oh.
him. Is he just like,
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely gonna take advantage from that. So yeah, or at least she's gonna try, and she does hit and 2 bashing.
all right, then. he will basically soak one of that. But you hit like, and I think basically he is at, I think 4 or 3 lethal now.
What? Lethal?
No, lethal.
Not lethal, my bad. Not lethal. Not lethal, my bad. Bash, my bad.
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
Bash, my bad.
I
I'm
know
a terrible dead parent.
I think he's at 4 now. She did him 2 bashing in one go at one point, and then twice
Yeah.
1 bashing. So yeah, he's at 4, I think.
Basically, he is just going to, I guess, if the sword out the hand, you forfeit or something. Make his way towards the sword.
I mean, she would definitely go after him unless he like obviously submits. Yeah, I mean, this is a fight. She doesn't really understand fair fighting, so
yeah. So you see Dancer like right after his sword. You just see Poundslot coming after him like with the sword.
oh yeah, definitely.
Chloe's not stopping it because this is part of a legit part of a fight. It is. Like if someone drops their sword and they go for it, that is perfectly normal. So.
Ooh, that's 4 bashing.
Okay, this probably be it for this. So
So 2.
You're still at 6?
You can submit or you can
okay.
keep going till you go unconscious. Just don't forget your minuses.
And basically how it happens when he picks up his sword, he's gonna turn around and just about okay, I got wow, like she just smacks over the face. It's just like in the face with the sword and like oh, and you just go see Dance with like spit up blood and like a teeth and just like oh. I don't know who turn is. Is it my turn?
It is your turn. Because basically you picked up your swords during my turn. Yeah, it's definitely your turn. If you want to, you can spend willpower to ignore the wound penalties.
Yes, he is going to spend willpower to ignore the wound penalty so he can at least have his dice pool of like 60 back.
60, huh?
I mean, if we do it wrong, man, oh God, no.
Oh, no.
Okay, I got this. So when he tries to swing again, he's so disoriented that the sword just like falls on the ground, like he can't believe this is happening.
I mean, this is a
like,
fail out of much, sweetie. You can definitely hold on to your sword.
Yeah. You can hold on to it at least.
Or at least kind of, like, I can imagine Jasmine kind of fumbling with it, but kind of catches it, like, before it actually drops on the ground.
Or you just whiff.
Yeah, like, he's just like...
You could literally just whiff with it. You tried to hit, you missed.
Yeah, he whiffs with it, and he's just like, oh, crap.
I mean, she fails as well. She's so enthusiastic at this point that she just kind of like, yeah, bam! Oh, fault.
Bad sword.
He's going to try to swing again. I don't know if I need to spend another willpower.
You need to spend the willpower per turn, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're just gonna hear him be like, no! Just like trying to get away. Oh.
This is so sad.
He lives again. He's like, this can't be happening.
I mean, she fails
he
as
is
well.
Still disoriented.
Guys, like, really?
Definitely the sword's fault. She is looking at the sword. It's like,
the sword has done a lot of good for you. Why are you blaming the sword for everything?
They're both looking at the sword like this can't be happening. He didn't spend no rage. They basically just like look. They're cursing at their swords, basically like, come on in.
Yeah. So yeah, it's Desmond's turn again, but you have to decide whether you want to spend willpower again or not.
He is going to. No, he's going to hold his action for a dodge. That's what he's going to do.
Okay.
That's legit. That is probably
That
a
is
very good call.
fair. Yeah. Wee, that's a botch on her end. So.
I think someone else just lost their weapon.
Yep.
Yep.
What happens is that she swings, but she swings like from a low. She takes a low swing, but the sword actually gets stuck in the grass and just kind of plops out of her hand on the ground.
Desmond just gonna point the sword at her like, cocky are we? He's gonna raise his sword up like, yes.
Yeah, but are you spending willpower again?
Yes. He's just gonna hear him say vindication.
Oh no. You forgot the slash.
No, yeah, no, this is probably just a warning right here.
You got it.
Ooh, you hit.
Aw.
Oh no.
But
For some reason he lands the hit, but her like he was going for her head. He lands the hit, but her poofy hair basically like silks the blow off to the side. He's like, what?
It was a distraction. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, totally. And yeah, she's gonna use that turn to pick up the sword again, because after all, that's what they basically agreed on. So she's gonna use that action to pick up the sword, so you can go again.
I can't spend no more willpower. I'm gonna hold my action for a dodge. I can't spend no more willpower.
Then yeah, after she's picked up the sword, she'll go again. Double botch. This side is getting more like a slapstick, as you know, she picks up the sword, then expects him to like strike her the way that she did strike him when he was like picking up his sword. So as soon as she grabs it without even looking, she kind of takes like a wild swing, basically does like the 360 degrees turn with the sword swinging, and it kind of flies off and just lands with the tip like kind of neatly, almost like a spear would, in the grass. Kind of letting the hilt stick up like halfway out of the ground. She's like,
And
is it legit to take rage at this?
Yeah, at this point, Desmond basically is he's banged up a little bit, and basically he is going to stab his sword in the ground and like take a knee.
I will just mention. Oh no, never mind. Never mind. Do what you're gonna do. I forgot about something. Amajan does say a botch can give rage though.
He is going to look at Pounce and just look at her and just be like, "You and just wipe the blood from his mouth. You did pretty good." And basically, he is just going to say, "You are now beta of the Cub Pack."
She's still kind of staring at the sword, and looks back at Desmond and says, "Yes, I have beaten you because you have blood and I do not."
That is true.
And she'll just gonna I mean, yeah, she is. She's gonna walk up to him and just, yeah, I mean, she's gonna bend forward and just kind of lick some of the blood from his chin, and then like lick his neck.
Bad.
He's gonna be like, whoa. He's going like, whoa, wait a minute, wait. He's just gonna lean back like, hold up, wait a minute, hold up. I will prefer you to be Lupus when you do that, so it won't be no type of discrepancy. I mean,
she's not allowed to be lupus
Thank
right
you.
now, so
Oh. Well, do what you usually do. He's just gonna be like,
And yeah, she's gonna get back up again, and then finally walks over to like this very annoying sword stick, and she's gonna kick it, and then pick
I
it
would
up
say
and
you should
go.
keep it.
well,
It's not mine. I
it's
need to be on it
it's a
first.
practice weapon, but we can certainly look into getting you one of your own if you'd like.
I am
I,
not sure. Homid fighting is annoying.
well, it's up to you if you want to be Jacob or not.
Yes.
Then it's up to you if you take the time to practice and get better. But for now, pick up the sword because we do need to, if there's blood on it, wipe it off and wipe it off on the grass or something and put it away if you're done.
She will pull the sword out of the ground and look at it. Like, she will brush off whatever she sees on it, but she's like, why? She's giving that sword to look like, why do I have to clean you? It doesn't make sense.
Well, it's really just the blood she's worried about, not the dirt. You know what I mean? You don't want to leave blood on things. That's kind of gross. So yeah, if she sees you're wiping off dirt, she'll just be like, no, don't worry about that. Just the blood is fine. Nobody cares if the sword is dirty.
Yeah, she'll just wipe it off on her clothing.
Oh, good. You okay, Desmond?
Fine. And basically, he will dust himself off and he will shift to lupus.
But he looks like he's at least getting better. Well, once he does that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is basically, he's gonna be like, congratulations, Pounce. You are now beta of the Cub Pack.
Pounce looks like so proud. She's actually kind of pouncing on top of Desmond and nudging him and like pulling his ear, and then does basically like goes ahead to Chloe and kind of yeah, bumps into her again as well. She looks overall very pleased with herself.
Chloe's gonna let her have her moment. Like, she won. Let her have it. It's cool. This is Cub business as far as she's concerned. You know what I mean? You can be happy. And after a few minutes of this sort of bouncing proudness, she's gonna look at both at Pounce and just be like, I was gonna ask you, well, if you had any questions on a certain subject, and if you can calm down, we can still do that. It shouldn't take very long, though.
You're gonna do more Homid talking.
No, well, at least I don't intend to. Not a lot of it. It's more, as I understand it, Jacob told you about the litany. I just
Yes.
wanted, well, then, I just wanted to hear your point of view on it. So you get to do all the Hamid talking.
Most rules are kind of silly. They don't need to be rules. We do them anyway.
Those rules probably came from the lupus.
Yes.
So what do you have a problem with then?
There's no problem. Just don't understand why it's written.
Which one?
The lupus ones.
Because there are Hamids too. But so there's none that you disagree with?
And she kind of thinks. Says, I do not understand why not eat flesh of human. Jacob says humans are bad and they will make you bad as well. But I do not understand. I would
They-
eat human if
You're
they are
allowed to, if they're bad.
if they are bad. I would kill human.
As long as you can tell the difference. Sometimes you can't tell that someone or something is worm tainted. That's why they probably give you the whole rule of, just the blanket rule of don't eat flesh of humans.
But are still allowed to kill. Yes.
Technically, there is no rule against killing humans. That's true.
Good. Because there are humans that I would want to kill.
The worm taint doesn't make someone good or bad. Good or bad is a Hamid concept. There can be a human who's worm tainted that might be considered good by Hamids.
Chloe will look in the direction of the voice.
As the owner of the voice is slowly walking in lupus form. If you're in the Umbra.
No.
Okay, then you
I don't.
will.
I don't think so. I mean, are we?
We're in the
We-
training ground, so we have to be in the Umbra.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then we are in the Umbra.
And he says, all humans are bad. Pardon, he says, and yes, there is no litany that protects humans.
There are a lot of opinions and people that do, and Garu that protect humans,
Yes.
but that's an
It,
opinion.
it was Gaia's, it was our purpose to protect humanity in the beginning from themselves. But they don't need our protection anymore.
That's funny.
There are many homids.
There are many
There
that,
are many humans.
yes, but there actually are a lot of them that need our protection.
Why?
Because they're weak.
And those weak humans are living in wild or in
Leaving what?
river-filled places. Those humans lives in wild or river-filled places.
Claire, you're trying to trick me on that one. I already knew
No,
you and I weren't going to agree on this.
I think you don't think enough. The balance needs to be had. There are too many humans. How are you going to reach balance if there are too many humans?
Well, if we're going to go that far, then we should be doing other things as well. Like, oh, I don't know. I mean, if we could look deeper at the triad, because at least one part of it is losing.
The mother is dying because humans, they're everywhere, cutting trees, killing one part of the mother. And you protect them.
I would protect the ones that aren't worm tainted, yes. Or
One does
doing
not
the
need to be.
doing the worm's bidding.
One does not need to serve. One does need to know that serving the worm to serve the worm.
I actually just clarified that. If they are serving the worm, then they clearly have a problem as well.
He looks at Desmond and Pounce, and he says, "What do you think?"
he is going to let Pounce go first before he say anything.
Pounce, to be fair, kind of looks bored because that was a lot of talking. So she's just gonna look up and says, if I want to kill humans because I think they are not, um, because they are mean or bad, then I will kill them. If Garu is gonna stop them, I will kill Garu. If Garu is not gonna stop them, I'm gonna kill them.
You're gonna kill Garu for what?
If Garu is there, I want to kill the people who had made me kill brother. If Garu is gonna stop me from killing them, I will kill the Garu. Because I will kill the human.
That's fair as far as I can see. Anybody who made that happen or made you do that, they should die.
Yes.
There are wars to be fought. A wise warrior does not fight at all sides. He chooses battles and wars. Your elders might disagree with you on when to kill the humans that you want to kill. They might order you and say you will not kill them right now, and later.
As long as I can kill.
And he looks at Desmond.
Rise. Then he'll look at Pounce Beta. My opinion on the matter, I won't go on a whole town slaughter and say kill all the humans, but I do not share any of them unless they're kinfolk, unless they share the same wolf blood that's within all of us, or in the way, then they will be disposed of. If they're worm tainted, then they will definitely be disposed of. But with this line of with our duties given to Gaia, they are sometimes collateral damage at times. We must our hearts and be ready to do what is necessary for Gaia.
What is necessary?
Well, any means necessary. Sometimes you gotta make sacrifices. If that means doing something that you don't like as an individual, but better in the nation, then you must make that choice to do so. There's going to be a lot of things that we do that we're not going to like to do, but we have to do them. That's life in general.
Bitesnake looks content with the answers he heard.
Did either of you have any other thoughts on various parts of the litany? I mean, we've certainly been over. Well, we went over it with you, Desmond, and you learned it from Jacob. As she looks at Pounce.
Yes.
Just wanted to, it's been a while for probably both of those, and we just want to make sure. So, was there any other comments or thoughts?
I did not know what was fail, but Jacob explains what was fail. So now I know.
Fail what?
Fail to
Veil. He nods. Oh, see, I didn't understand. I'm sorry. I thought it was you meant failure.
No, that's definitely. I mean, I'm mispronouncing stuff on purpose from time to time.
Okay.
So
My apologies.
don't get me wrong.
Explain me what is do not suffer tie, people tend tie sickness. He looks both of you.
He'll look to pounce again.
If Wolf is not strong enough to keep going, if Wolf is too weak, then Pack will leave Wolf, and Wolf should not try to keep with Pack.
Mike is waiting for more answers.
Yeah. Well, it looks to Desmond, specifically since we've already had one answer.
Basically, after she said, oh, see, this is the tendon to the weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. I was just formulating what I was going to say. All right, so basically, Desmond will look to him. Yet again, Honored Rise and Beta. My opinion on the matter is that you're getting too weak for the pack. If you know that old age, old wounds, or anything that may hinder you in the battles to come, or your decision making to come in the great battle for Gaia, then you have two options. Either you withdraw yourself from the pack and do not let them tend to your weakness, or you do what needs to be done to improve yourself better as a Garu. It's in the pack. If you choose not to take none of these options, then what good are you to the battle? Then just someone's just weighing the pack down.
There is an old Garu in this set called Mother Larissa.
But Mother Larissa is a capable individual,
How do you
and
know?
she
You never
proves
saw
time
her.
and time again.
How do you know? Did you saw her once, twice?
She's
Did
the
you
Sept
saw her?
Alphas. She is
And
the Sept Alpha.
positions gives consistency.
When no one hasn't challenged her for that said position for this long, that means that excuse me for about to say this, Mama L still got the fight in her to carry on this battle. So until once somebody challenge her, then it's either you're gonna fight her or not. But I see no one hasn't challenged her yet, meaning that she is doing good for the Sept and that she is carrying her own weight as a Sept Alpha. I seen her up close in person. I seen the look in her face. She is by far probably Garu on this set. Proved the time again, not because of the action that I done seen, but the verbal action of what the Galliard's saying and brought out. Right? That means she's been pulling her weight. And she's been doing such. And if she is Sept Alpha, that means she is her right to eat at the table.
Which Galliard sings the songs? The tail singer? Her tail singer?
Song?
Which can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Which Galliard singing the song of Mother Larissa? The tail singer, you mean?
The tail singer.
Her tail singer? Her tail singer?
And basically for the like basically Dancing just gonna look and just be like, name bites the weak, right? What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is you should think more. Both of you.
I am thinking
No, you're
more.
not, because I'm telling you not.
And basically Desmond will just like you can I get in a rage for that?
Completely.
Yeah, he will get in a rage and just be like, all right. The week, right? Yep.
Do not suffer die to anti-sickness. It is one of the most debated litany. It's one of the most debated rules in the litany. The Shadow Lords. You wish to say something? Tails wishes Goldiov?
I wasn't going to interrupt you. I was going to simply say that I've heard a story in the past just to add to this little bit of debate, it was before my time here, but I've heard of a time in the past when Mother Larissa was known to have lost her sanity for a period. It is told by many people.
The Bonars actually thinks that if one loses their sanity, it can seen as blessing, or it can, as long as she doesn't need to be tended or cuddled. Some Hamid street people treats this as visionaries. But are you helping me prove my point?
I'm not really trying to prove any point. I'm simply offering this bit of information where she was weak and yet she is also strong at the same time.
What I'm trying to say is not to challenge her off or to talk badly about her. I have come here because I owe her. What I'm trying to say is that there are differences in opinions, and you, both of you, before talking, need to think about your opinions and what you want to say. The Bonars respects wisdom. Red Talons respects physical force, so does the get of Ferris. So, Mother Larissa is old, but her wisdom is respected in this sept. There may be many other septs who might see this differently. What is... he kind of thinks. Tell me, combat the worm where it dwells and where it breeds.
It kills many things.
I personally find it to be the most obvious of the things that of the litany. One of the most obvious. Like, that is what we do. We fight the worm wherever it dwells, wherever it breeds. But even there, it pays to think. Because sometimes you have to choose your battles in order to not walk into a worm infested den of just stuff that we aren't prepared to handle. And in a place like this, as she kind of looks around, and she'll kind of hold her arms out, to trying to just, show the whole city. In a place like this, you find the worm everywhere. And we can't fight the worm everywhere. There aren't enough of us.
Pounce, repeat yourself.
Kill all
Combat the
smelly.
worm. Combat the worm where it dwells and where it breeds.
Yes, we kill all things that are smelly, like worm.
Doesn't mean we can't put a little more thought into it.
That's all your thoughts?
That is all I know. I have not smelled worm, so I have not tasted worm, so I do not know what is worm. I only know from what others say, and they say a lot. So I say, if this says to kill, then we should kill. How kill is not a
Desmond.
question.
You see the bite streak understands what Pounce says, and everybody gets the feeling there will be a future lesson for Pounce about what is worm. And he immediately goes to Desmond.
And Desmond at this point looks visibly very annoyed, and basically he'll be like, and then he'll kind of like put on that fake face and be like, yes, Ryan.
Combat the worm wherever it breathes, where it dwells. Tell me.
In my opinion, Chloe Ryan seems to have that seems to have what I was just about to say, a down pack. Be strategic about it. Yes, there may be. You always supposed to combat the worm for wherever it dwells, breed, but you also have to be smart about it. Effectively discharge the worm from its home. You have to be efficient. You have to be calculating. You have to do combat with it, but you got to be smart about it.
The interpretation is an excuse for cowardice.
Oh. he'll just start laughing. He'll just start laughing. He'll just like, really now? Is that a challenge?
I am not
Is that a challenge?
As he screams like, I am not done.
Yeah, because I'm just
Then
going
you
to give you
laugh.
Chloe's response, just because she's not going to say anything. What she's going to do is there is a sudden, rather defiant head tilt towards him. But if you have more to say, then he'll say it. That's fine.
As he looks at the Desmond, do I look like I'm done, cub?
And visibly, at this point, Desmond is like ready. Like he's basically he's ready to he's revving up like that rage inside. He's revving up basically, and he's basically going when is it look like Chloe's trying to interject or something?
She's getting a defiant look on her face, but she looks like she's also holding back if he's not done yet.
Yeah, and basically he is just going to wait till he's done, but his claws is like digging into the ground.
The next time you cut me off, then it will be the last time you have tongue for a week. As he looks at Pounce, Garu has one enemy. Pardon, Garu has more than one enemies.
She looks back.
Some of us says that is for the greater good, we need to do things that will act in a different way towards Worm. Worm is not your friend. Worm is not your ally. Worm is the enemy. Anybody who tells otherwise, as he looks at Desmond, is a coward. But none of you said Worm is not the enemy. You all said that the survival is important. We are in a Bolinar sept. The Bolinar see little honor charging into battle which is impossible odds. Some Garu calls this cowardice. I call it common sense. The wise Garu, most Oruns know, a heroes lived enough battles to learn how to fight more useful in the wrong run than a bloodthirsty cub that's eager to throw their life away. And Bitesavik looks at two of the cubs. My lessons might be different, and my words can be different to you all. But don't try to cut me off again before I'm done, or in any other way. Worm is your enemy. As he looks, Pounce And Desmond, really in a really demanding way. Garu shall not meet with another Garu.
It's
Pounce.
simple. It's simple. I cannot mate. Not with anyone here.
Why?
Cause it's bad.
Why it is bad?
Jacob tell me if Garu mates with Garu, then there is Metis. And Metis is not full. No, that's not something Jacob would say. Sorry.
Yeah, I was
Rewind.
gonna say that doesn't sound
No,
like
sorry.
what the hell are you doing to my packmate?
Hey, I'm sorry. Okay, I just played a meditating character. Give me some time to unwind here. Jesus.
Dude.
Okay. Jacob said, if two Garu mate, then there is Metis. And that is not good for a nation.
Do you know what is Metis?
Metis is Garu who is not wolf or human. Hobbit.
He looks at Desmond.
Desmond at this point is just like he is trying to keep his composure basically. And basically his nails digging in the ground, then he'll just look and just be like, honored Rias and Beta. Metis. Okay, he said what is Metis or what is me? Or he said both.
He said explain him the rule of Garu should not meet with another Garu.
Garu shall not mate with another Garu because it will also that should not be done, but also that you give up, you forfeit the, and basically trying to choke back so that you give up the, you show that basically that you are going against the laws and also that the kinfolks are there for us so that we may help bring forth warriors into the world that can serve. If you choose to mate with other Garu, not only is you going against them said laws, for you are bringing forth a Metis into the world who cannot touch other warriors.
As he looks both of them and says, but why? More warriors are good for war.
Dance will look at Pounce basically, and you see that he has this annoyed look on his face. Just you go first.
And Pounce will she'll actually raise like one of her legs, then realizes that she can't use her hind leg to scratch behind her ear. So she'll use her front paw / hands to kind of like scratch behind her ear, and then it's like, I do not know. Jacob did not say. I do not care. They say don't mate, then Pounce will not mate.
And by sleep looks at Desmond.
When you choose to mate with another Garu, you're effectively showing that that you choose to cut off a generation because when that menace is born, it cannot continue the generation of. Thus, you're cutting off basically generations of warriors by that one act alone. Gaia needs warriors, and Metis cannot produce such warriors or continue your line.
And does a Garu's dick becomes unusable after one mating? Or he kind of looks questioningly.
Totally is like looking like, yeah, I know this answer, but I'm not saying it.
When two guru chooses to mate, then basically the Metis will have to carry on the sins of the father and prove himself to the nation constantly, while the parents will be put to death. Punishment that the father docs wish.
That may be the case for some tribes. That may not be the case for some tribes. Why children lives the sins of his father?
Oh, he says why?
Yeah, why the children lives the sins of the father? On what base you say, as he says, on what base you say the children lives the sins of their father or their mother? Thinking.
Constantly have to. What did he say?
He says thinking.
And this will just be like, it is because that it's not an easy life to live being a part of such, but that mess must do what needs to be done for the good of the nation. It must constantly prove itself born of such a lifestyle. And some tribes and some guru may see a difference opinions or ways of how that should go.
Actually, doesn't say anything. Last. Submission to those in high or those of higher station.
Higher station means more rank, means they are more capable fighters. They know more and have more ways to make things right. They understand more than you do. So this is why you respect and listen to them. And this is literally the most Bounce has said the entire time.
Yeah.
Go on, Christine.
Yeah, Chloe will just be like, so wisdom and experience. Is that what you mean?
Well, what is experience?
They've fought a lot more. They've done a lot more. They've learned a lot more.
Yes.
So you think a Glasswalker, a Cleaf Glasswalker, who is a member of a tribe that is coming close to forgetting their wolfish nature, knows more than you do related to wolf because they have more experience?
No, but they have more know that they can ask me. And they should know.
Bites the
If
week.
they do not know, then they will need to be challenged.
Bites the week, like makes like a thumbs up in his head, and then turns to Desmond.
We go by in the group society, we go by a rank and file system, almost like the military. If those of higher rank and of higher station give you an order, but also try to educate you, that means that they know more, and that not such a thing. If they do not know such thing, if they are incorrect and don't know, likely tell them that that they are incorrect, but not in a disrespectful manner. Only if you have experience in that said area may you do that. Respect at the end of the day.
There's a Hamid saying that says respect is earned, not deserved, by rank or anything that the person has.
And basically, he will say, "I have a question."
You may not ask your
If you don't mind me asking.
you may ask your question.
If respect, if respect is earned and not given, why do so many demand respect when they are of higher rank and such?
I don't know, ask them.
They can demand. It's us. It is up to us to give. If we think no give, then we should challenge.
And basically, Desmond would basically nod his head to that,
You
and
wish
that's why
to
you're beta.
you can't ignore my challenges. You can't ignore my rank. There is a possibility of you can ignoring my rank and not submitting to me. There's also a possibility of me biting your guts and feeding to the spirits as a chimnage.
Sometimes the rank and well, most of the time the rank and experience is enough that they're going to win against you, and they will be able to force not your necessarily you're giving respect, but at least they can at least force you to show submission and respect. Whether you actually feel it or not, they have no control over. So there is that. The simple strength, the might makes right kind of thing is very abundant in the Garu Nation.
Is why Cubs fight. Too much for later. To practice for later.
Exactly. It's very true. I also would say, regarding the question of, say, a Glasswalker Cleith who is of higher rank, and if they would know more about being a wolf. Well, no, they shouldn't, but you're also right that they should know to ask you, since they don't know it. And that's actually just kind of showing wisdom and realizing that that's not something they know a lot about, therefore they should ask someone who does. But in the process, you could also throw in another tenet of the litany: respect those beneath you, because all are of Gaia. In this case, it would be you, since you are beneath them as a cub. They should ask you in a respectful fashion because you have more knowledge in that area. Nobody can know everything. There's always going to be something you don't know.
One who tries to do everything will fail. That's why Garu fights in packs.
There was another thing I might add to the earlier conversation as well regarding why Garu should not mate with Garu. The fact that, yes, you get Metis who cannot in fact produce children, and that's actually very important. But what about the mother who can no longer produce children because she has most likely died in the process of giving birth?
Asking questions is important. Sometimes when Uriah asks you a question, he wants to hear certain answers. That's why I ask Desmond, a father who can't give, who can do another one, and a Metis can continue producing. I didn't say mother. Listen, think, and then answer. Control your emotions when you answer. Garu's word and what Garu defends changes, but there are Garu who gives words and can't keep it. There are also a Garu who says different things every time you met with them. What kind of Garu you want to be? Consistent, those whose word can be trusted, or the other examples. Oh my god, Saskia. I love you. That's so good.
Is her character
Yeah.
actually doing that?
Yeah.
She's had a lot of
There's
Hamid
so
work.
yeah, there's so much talking. She's
She-
like, I don't care.
Dance was just gonna like bop her in the head with his paw, basically. Or something.
Bites the Week sees this Pounce acting this way and he says, what?
Is many words. We do not need many words.
So you don't need my education.
I need to learn. I know I need to learn. But is many words.
One of the ways to learn is to have lessons repeated and ask and have try to get you to form your own opinions and get these things into your head. So
I have my
yes,
opinions. I gave my answers.
yes, but it is not up to you to give a time limit as to how long we get to say things to be sure that we agree with you.
I know, but it's still difficult.
And you need to work on that.
The thing that eye rolling isn't like a lupus thing to do, but it's basically that look without the eye roll. You can imagine there being an eye roll. Because she doesn't know, like, she doesn't really understand how to keep her face smooth and, like, you know, even if she's like, oh my god, really? Like, that's kind of on her face right now.
Well, is her next lesson supposed to be Hamid Manip Sub? I mean, is that what I'm supposed to teach you next?
Manip Sub and etiquette might definitely be something that you can learn.
Etiquette, yes. Manip Sub, she doesn't really want to teach you.
Bites the Week says, you wish to survive,
Yes,
then listen my lessons.
I am listening.
Good. Desmond, do you wish to survive?
Yes, Ryan.
Then listen my lessons. And don't assume. Listen first, then talk. And then he looks at Desmond, because Desmond acted really aggressive towards him, and he says, Desmond, today the sun in the Umbra looks very beautiful. The Gaia has shown its true nature. Don't you agree?
What did he say, basically? That sounded too.
Okay. So basically what he said, today it's a really beautiful day. The Gaia has puts his beautiful face on the Umbra. Don't you agree?
Okay, that's all. He gonna take me in the middle of the lake and like trying to kill me, but like Desmond just gonna say, truly is.
And then he says the colors are really good. The see, I forget the word. Just a second.
Rainbow?
Yeah. No. The grass, such a good color. I say it's red. What do you say?
Chloe looks confused by all this too, but at this point is not going to say anything. She's just like,
Chloe has seen his lesson with Joe, and what he did to Joe when Joe said, "No, the grass is green."
The grass is, and basically he'll look at like the grass is certainly red, right?
And then he will look at Pounce, look at Desmond, and slowly will leave without saying bye-bye.
And Chloe will look at the two of them as he's walking away and be like, "Would you say I go out and get us a pizza for tonight?"
Yes. And then that's what he'll sound like. Pounce like, yes.
What is pizza?
It's Hamid food, but I think you'll really like it. It has bread with some kind of tomatoes, mashed up tomatoes on top, and then it has some meats and some cheese. It's good.
Yes.
Good. Let's go, and I'll arrange on the pizza. Probably get one of my sisters to pick it up for us, because the less I have to scare people, the better.
When can I
actually
become...
actually, I will tell, if permission, I will use some of my resource to basically add to that. So basically, we can get the whole cub cap and some pizza.
Oh yeah, she's not gonna just feed two of you, and that's fine. You're welcome to pay for some of it too. That's fine. We'll get like 3 or 4 pizzas. Actually, we'll get a pizza person because we're hungry and we are Garu. It's fine. But
Oh, God, I completely misinterpreted that as we're gonna eat a pizza person. I was like, wait, what?
Yes, we're going to order like a whole bunch of separate pizza people just to eat the people. No, but what were you saying? You're saying something a second ago.
Yeah. Before Chloe leaves, Pounds will look up. When can I be Wolf again?
Oh God. So, because she had added an extra day the other day. So, how many days has it been, Sass? I don't remember.
I believe she could be. I think I counted to like she had to stay in home until Monday, but I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, if it's been 4 days, then that's fine, and she'll just look at her and be like, "I think the time just ran out," because it's actually really close to the time that we did that originally.
Mm-hmm.
She's just gonna say, "You can be Lupus. You've managed. Now you can choose which form you want to be in." And she'll just, without even looking to see if you shift, because she's pretty sure you're going to. She's just gonna head away, where she will eventually make sure that they cross the Umber before her, because we have to get to the other side to get to pizza. So, but yeah,
Bounce will cross and we'll then find a nice sunny spot without a lot of wind, and then we'll take a nap.
while we wait for pizza.
Yes.
And Desmond will plague her while she's taking her nap.
There will be the noise paw kind of going to his head. Like, not really like any kind of heavy beating, but just a lazy paw, like palm on his nose or something. And yeah, is that a good place to end the scene, I guess?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, thank you players for playing. Thank you HD for dropping by and being evil. And thank you watchers for watching. And we'll see you again on Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. Or Cubs Against New York, I should say.
Cubs again.